Coach Jacory. So whatever that calls.
Al told us yesterday that he felt like Jacory won the job in camp, but I mean, then he indicated that he really told you guys on Wednesday, how this was going to go forward. Were you surprised by what you heard on Wednesday, or did a little part of you kind of expect that this is the way this was going to go for now anyway?
When Coach Golden kind of told me, I didn't really know, what he was going to say. It was kind of like a 50-50. But when he told me, I was just, okay, I got to move forward, and I got to get ready and help Jacory get ready. So my job is, set, and I know what I need to do.
Looking back on the game, I'm sure you watched the film. Was your assessment any different than maybe when you talked to us right after, or what did you see on the film that you didn't remember?
It was disappointing, man. I still feel the same way. We had a lot of opportunities to win, and a lot of missed opportunities that we didn't capitalize off of. So just understanding that from an offensive standpoint, we can't have that in the future games, and it was a good learning experience for the team. Unfortunately to say that, but I know that we'll be better off of it.
Were you disappointed, Stephen, that you didn't get a chance to compete for the job this week?
No, I wasn't disappointed at that. Whatever Coach Golden and Coach Fitz decided, I just moved on from there. There's not really more to say about that.
How did you grade out when they graded your performance? How did you grade out?
I feel like I did good. Coach Fitz told me I was 15 for 18 before the last 2-minute drive, so having that completion ratio, that's pretty good. The last couple of drives, we just need to execute a lot better. Other than that, the operational standpoint, getting the personnel in and making sure we have the right personnel and grouping and all that stuff. We work on that at practice, so it'll be better.
What happened with those two plays, the delay of games?
Just noise issue. The O-line couldn't really hear me. The receivers couldn't hear me, and they're literally right next to me. So it was very loud, and just making sure everybody was in the right spot at the right time. We didn't really have that. A couple times we had the wrong personnel in. We should have just ran with the plan instead of trying to do some other stuff that we were trying to do. So just always making sure we had the right personnel, and that was really just the basis of it.
Is that really your responsibility, Stephen, or is that everybody's responsibility?
I'll take that on mine. That's mostly my responsibility, just making sure that we have the right personnel inside the group and we're substituting correctly. So I'll take that as a quarterback. I know it won't happen again, but making sure of that, so it'll be fine next week.
Can you take us through the interception they returned, Stephen, just what you saw and how that play developed in your eyes?
The play that we called was a play that we repped a lot of times. That's one of our money plays that we like to play a lot. It was man-on-man, cover one, mostly just man across the board. My trips was to my left side. They were all covered up one, and we was just one-on-one backside with Streeter, and I forgot the DB. But it was a good matchup. I like the matchup better than my three receiver side, so I took my drop and threw the ball there, and made a good play on it.
Is that I was going to ask? What went wrong? Was it just that the kid made a good play on it, or if you had to do the pass over again, would you throw it?
No, if I had to do the pass over again, I would have did the exact same thing. I would have wanted my receiver to be a little more physical. That route is a very physical route. We're not asking much for him, but understanding that he needs to come down with the ball, especially in a crucial situation like that. But at the same time, I'll take the same play. I have all the faith in Streeter. I told him as soon as the play was over, I said, bro, forget about it. We got to move on. We try to score. But I have all the faith in him, and I know that we work on it every day in practice, so I know he'll be fine.
Hey, Stephen, did you see you went to the game last year, right, at Ohio State?
No, I didn't.
You did not. You watched the game.
Right.
Talk about your memories of that game, and if you think that you might have a chance, or you practicing like you might have a chance to get in again.
Right. I mean, I always got to practice like I'm going to play no matter what the situation is. But when I was watching the game, I noticed that Ohio State was very up-tempo. They had a lot of upside to them. It was at their place. It was very loud for our offense to communicate and stuff like that. But I know that we're a lot more prepared and we're a better team than we were last year. So I know that we'll be a lot more focused and more prepared for this game.
Stephen, have you and Jacory talked since the announcement was made? I mean, does he seem more and more confident now he's got that number one position?
Right. We talked as soon as the decision was made. We had talked right after the game. We had talked a lot of times, and once the decision was made, I seen him at breakfast, and we were just talking about the game, and we're talking about Ohio State and what we got to do to get this team ready. So we both understand, he's the starter, and I'm behind him 100%, and just to get ready for Ohio State.
I want to ask you about Alan Hearns. You guys were pretty good friends. Coach says he's been like the model out there at wide receiver. Can you just talk about him and what you've seen out of Alan?
Allen is 100% 6-second finisher. We preach that all the time, and he's always finishing. He's always doing the right things. Always is at the right spot at the right time. We never have to worry about him going to class or doing the little things. We know that he's going to get it done, and that carries off onto the field as well. Just knowing where he needs to be, making sure he's a clutch player. He makes big time plays in big situations, especially even in the game. A crucial third down that we had. One time we went empty and he came up with the ball when the defense had 12 men on the field. So we know that he's a clutch player, a clutch receiver, and he's in the mix for the offense very well.
2 more questions, guys.
Stephen, how hard is it for you to keep going back and forth, for the last, I guess maybe 6-7 games that this team's played? One time you're the starter, the next time you're the backup, then you're the starter again, now you're the backup.
Right. It's not about me. And I learned that my freshman year. And just making sure that this team is ready for the opponent. I mean, that's the biggest job of any quarterback. So regardless if I'm starting or if I'm second string, I'm going to do everything in my possibility and in my power to get ready for the game. And Jacory's the starter right now, so we're making sure that he's ready for the game, and I'm making sure I'm ready too. But most importantly, that he's ready.
Stephen, I was going to ask, do you even allow yourself do you think at all that if you had won that game, maybe you would remain the starter? Is that something that crosses your mind at all?
No, not at all. It's unfortunate that we lost. I mean, it's really a team effort, and it's not, if I would have won, maybe I could have been starting, but I don't think it like that. It's the coach's decision, and whatever they make is final, and I'm going with it 100%.